I married the love of my life. And 5 years in, I found out we share DNA. Yeah. Take a second with that one. Before we get into what might be the most insane, uncomfortable, emotionally devastating story I've ever told. By the way, where are you watching from and what time is it right now? I love seeing where all of you are tuning in from. Some of you are probably watching this on the train, some of you are in your beds like, what did I just click on? Trust me, you're going to want to stay. Alright. Let's just dive into this nightmare. So, I met my wife, Emily, when we were both 26. We matched on Hinge. Her bio said something dumb like, just a girl who loves tacos, dogs, and sarcastic banter, which made me roll my eyes and swipe anyway. Because she was hot. Sue me. Our first date? Instant connection. Like, spooky levels of chemistry. We finished each other's sentences, made the same obscure movie references, even had this weird habit of organizing M&Ms by color. Totally unplanned. It felt like fate. I told my best friend after the second date, I think I met the woman I'm going to marry. And I did. Fast forward a year and a half, we get married in a small backyard ceremony with string lights and a taco truck, because, of course, and life was good. Like, really stupidly good. We traveled, adopted a golden retriever named Waffles, even bought a fixer-upper we turned into a little dream house. But then, we took one of those dumb DNA kits. You know the ones, 23andMe, Ancestry, whatever. Everyone was doing it. It started as a joke. We were wine drunk one night, and I said, let's see how Neanderthal you are, and ordered them on a whim. She laughed and said, watch us be cousins or something. I wish she hadn't said that. It took about 6 weeks for the results to come back. I didn't even look at mine right away. I forgot the password, had to reset it. Super anticlimactic. Emily called me while I was at work. Her voice was weird. Tight, like she was holding her breath. She goes, hey, did you see our results yet? I said no. She says, can you open it? Right now? I think there's something wrong. So I log in. I go to the DNA relatives section. And the top match, the one listed as a close relative, is Emily. It says we share 14% of our DNA. Which, if you don't know, because I sure as hell didn't at the time, means we're likely half-siblings. Or, uncle and niece. Or, first cousins. I felt the blood drain out of my body. Like someone unplugged me. I literally sat in my office chair staring at the screen like it would fix itself. I texted her. This can't be right, right? And she just replied. I'm coming home. The next few hours were the weirdest, most emotionally paralyzing hours of my life. We sat on opposite ends of the couch like strangers. I remember our dog hopping between us like he could feel the tension. Emily kept saying, it has to be a mistake. A glitch. There's no way. And I wanted to believe that. I needed to believe that. So we started comparing family trees. And that's when the second gut punch came. See, Emily never knew her father. Her mom had a summer fling when she was 19, got pregnant, never really talked about it. Emily was raised by her mom and stepdad. She never even thought about who her bio dad was. It just didn't matter. Until it did. My dad, on the other hand, let's call him Paul, was kind of a player in his younger years. Traveled a lot for work, had a few lost years after his first divorce, which he never talked about. I always thought it was just some messy ex situation from before he met my mom. But then we found a photo. It was in a box of old stuff I kept from my dad's house after he passed away. He died before Emily and I even met, by the way. In that box? A photo of him, shirtless, with a date on the back, from the same summer Emily's mom got pregnant. And he was standing in front of a diner. The same diner Emily's mom used to waitress at. In the same small town. That's when it hit us. He was her father. Which made us half-siblings. My wife was my sister. I don't even have the words to explain what that felt like. It was like someone dropped a boulder through the center of my chest. All those shared quirks? The weird chemistry? The uncanny bond? Suddenly, it wasn't just meant to be. It was biology. We both sat there in silence, crying, dry heaving, saying I'm sorry over and over again like that could undo it. And here's the sick part, we were in love. We had 5 years of memories. Laughter. Traditions. A home together. I had seen her at her absolute worst, and she had held me through my father's funeral. How do you even begin to process that the person you love most in the world is also family? We didn't tell anyone for 3 weeks. We just existed. Quietly. In shock. I slept in the guest room. She slept with Waffles. We researched. A lot. Genetic counselors, therapists, forums, most of them horrific, by the way. We found one couple who went through something similar, and it helped to know we weren't alone, but also made it feel more real. Eventually, we told her mom. That conversation was not okay. Emily asked her flat out, "Was Paul my father?" Her mom went pale. Didn't deny it. Just said, "I thought he disappeared." I never thought you'd ever know. We filed for annulment. There was no other choice. It was painful. Messy. Quiet. We didn't tell most people the real reason. Just said irreconcilable differences. A few close friends noticed something was wrong, but we couldn't bring ourselves to say it out loud. How do you say that? And you know the worst part? I still love her. Not in a creepy, romantic way. I'm not trying to be weird here. I just mean that love doesn't vanish overnight. She was my best friend. My person. And losing her felt like ripping my heart out with pliers. It was grief on a level I didn't know existed. Because I didn't just lose a partner. I lost everything. And she did too. It's been a year since we found out. We don't talk much now, the occasional birthday text, a photo of Waffles every now and then. She moved back to her hometown. I'm still here, trying to move on. I'm in therapy. She is too. We've both tried dating again, and let me tell you, try explaining to a Tinder date why you're divorced with no kids after only 5 years. Grinning face with sweat. I don't regret loving her. I regret the circumstances, obviously. But not the love. Because it was real. It just shouldn't have happened. And I wouldn't wish this on anyone. So yeah, that's the story. My wife and I found out we were related after 5 years of marriage. It broke us. But it also taught me how fragile identity is. How easily everything you know about yourself can be rewritten with a click of a button and a drop of saliva in a tube. What would you have done if you were me? Would you have stayed? Told everyone the truth? I genuinely want to know. Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you've ever taken a DNA test, maybe double-check those DNA relatives before you go planning your next romantic getaway. Take care of yourselves. And hug your dog for me.